Nigeria needs employment generation by governments and all for many reasons. Some are serious about this, but many others are not. 6:30 p.m. news highlights on YouTube page Clearview TV every day says it all. Subscribe now. And our full news comes up at 7 p.m. on DSTV channel 255 MITV Daily.
Hello and welcome to Clearview Television. We are reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. I am Prudence Okona with the news. We begin on a sad note. A former Minister of Women Affairs during the first tenure of President Muhammadu Buhari, Senator Aisha Jummai Alhassan, is dead. Popularly called Mama Taraba, Jummai Alhassan was a member of the 7th Senate, having been elected on the platform of the PDP. She later dumped the party for APC and was the governorship candidate of the party in the 2015 elections in Taraba State. She contested for the same seat on the platform of the UDP in the 2019 general elections. Aisha Jummai Alhassan was born on the 16th of September 1959 in Jalingo, Taraba State, to Alhaji Abubakar Ibrahim OON Serikin Ayukan Muri. A reliable family source told Clearview TV that she died on Friday at an Al-Kahira hospital, Egypt, after an illness. Following the sad news of the death of the third son of the senior pastor of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Pastor Enoch Adebayo, the family has announced what it describes as the farewell arrangement for the late Dari Adebayo. According to a program signed by the deceased's first brother, Leke Adebayo, there will be a special service on Sunday, May 9, 2021 at the City of David Youth Church in Eket, Akwa Ibom State, where Dari pastored until his sudden death. It will be followed with Thanksgiving songs and tribute from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Monday, May 10 at the RCCG House of Favor Redemption Camp on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. The farewell service holds at 10 a.m. on Tuesday, May 11 at the Youth Center in RCCG Redemption Camp. President Muhammadu Buhari, former President Olusegun Obasanjo, ex-President Goodluck Jonathan, state governors, the Christian Association of Nigeria (CAN), and several others had since sent in their condolences to Pastor Enoch Adebayo and the entire family over the death of their son. May his gentle soul rest in peace. Benue State Governor Samuel Ortom has advised residents in the state to rise to the occasion by using any form of legal weapon available to defend themselves in the face of threats or aggression from whatever quarters. Speaking in Makurdi, the state capital, Governor Ortom made it clear that the days of running helter-skelter as a result of intimidation by unpatriotic persons and bandits threatening the peace and security of the state are now over.
As cases of insecurity continues to increase in the country, the governor of Benue State, Samuel Ortom, while speaking at a stakeholders meeting in Makurdi, the Benue State capital says it is high time to fight for the soul of the country. The governor says the state government will do all it can to fight insecurity in the state, saying the days of surrendering to bandits are over.
For everyone who is a Benue man or woman, women, for this reason, as the governor of Benue State, I have upgraded women to be men in Benue State. So every woman in Benue State, take the weapon that you can confront our enemies, wherever they are. Bring your AK-47. We'll bring our own locally lawful arrows and spears and cutlasses and this thing, and deal with the situation. We're no longer running and crying again that our people have been killed. Enough is enough. There was time for killing, but the time for killing have gone. Today it is time to live and to walk, to exercise our faith and fight for the soul of our state and the soul of our nation. So no more crying again. We're not crying.
The Vice President, Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria, Isaiah El-Buba, while speaking at the stakeholders meeting, also called for the Fulani herdsmen to be proscribed as a terrorist group.
You proscribe IPOB. Within IPOB did not kill anybody at that time. IPOB shot no gun, and IPOB was proscribed as a terrorist group. Now these people are taking sophisticated weapons. They are all over the country. Until this moment, the Fulani killer headsmen have not been proscribed as a terrorist group. And they are the worst terrorist group on earth. So it means that if you are silent over evil, you are part of the evil.
Ortom urges residents to rise up to the occasion by using any form of legal weapon in self-defense.
Deji Adeyanju, co-convener of the Concerned Nigerians Group, has insinuated that the President Muhammadu Buhari-led administration is sponsoring bandits and should be held responsible for the upsurge in security issues in the country. Adeyanju, in a tweet via his Twitter account this Friday, wondered why Sheikh Gumi, who is always soliciting and asking for ransom for bandits, is yet to be apprehended by the Buhari-led government. According to him, the government would have put in much effort to bring an end to the constant kidnappings and killings carried out on innocent citizens by these bandits. He also wondered if Gumi had a court in the transactions being made from kidnappings and why he was yet to be behind bars. The National Space Research and Development Agency, NASDA, says inadequate satellites and other facilities affect monitoring of bandits and other criminal elements operating in the country. The newly appointed Director General of the agency, Halilu Shaba, disclosed this to journalists in Abuja after an interactive meeting with staff of the agency in Abuja, the nation's capital. Shaba said the bandits have become sophisticated in their operations, and waves received by the agency from remote areas shows the bandits no longer use global system for mobile communication, GSM phones, but walkie-talkie. Shaba said satellite is not static where the insurgency is taking place, and that is why one satellite is not adequate. He said what Nigeria has there are some two satellites doing two different things. The new NASDA DG said they are advocating for more satellites for Nigeria and therefore called for collaboration between the agency and security agencies in the country in the area of information sharing, especially when planning to launch attacks on the criminal elements. And after a one-year shutdown following the outbreak of the coronavirus pandemic, international flights from the PortHarcourt airport are to resume full operations with immediate effect. At a news briefing in PortHarcourt, the airport manager, Adebayo, said the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, has given the necessary approval after inspection of facilities, but in place to ensure smooth operations in the post-pandemic era.
Adebayo, the PortHarcourt airport manager, stated that the Federal Airport Authority Fund gave the order for the PortHarcourt wing to commence operation immediately. The manager said that efforts are on to ensure the safety of the public and the passengers.
We can commence international flight operation immediately to inform the entire public also that the terminal is safe, and in the course of passing through the terminal, we will ensure that the safety of the public and the passengers is guaranteed.
Different sections of the airport are being assessed by wing managers and airport officials to ensure that the PortHarcourt wing is ready to commence operations. Kunle David is one of the flight operation managers. He disclosed that the wing is ready for operations. However, he stated that flight fee has changed in line with the slight change in the Naira-dollar exchange rate.
The airport was scheduled to be reopened on the 15th of last month, but it was for one reason or the other, it was postponed. But as at yesterday, we just got the information that the airport is reopened with immediate effect. And so we decided to have a meeting this morning on the way forward so that we can, the various airlines can prepare to submit their schedule so that we can start flying again. Exchange rate is so high now. Before we closed operation, exchange rate was like 368, but as of today, it's almost 500 naira. And so we fix our fares through the prevalent exchange rate.
Flight operations, the manager said, are carried out in full compliance with the COVID-19 safety protocols, especially a thorough screening of passengers coming into the country before departing to their various destinations.
An arrest warrant is now hanging on the neck of the group managing director of the state-owned Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (Nnpc) Gmd over fishy oil deals involving two foreign firms. The Nnpc Group Managing Director has again been summoned to provide answers on why Adax Petroleum unilaterally transferred an oil mining lease to Sinopec without ministerial consent from the Nigerian government. The House of Representatives Committee on Petroleum Resources says Kyari must appear before it to shed more light on the transactions. The House committee made it clear that the Nnpc Group Managing Director, who had been turning down invitations from the committee, risks arrest if he fails to appear before it this time around. Remember, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel at Clearview TV, like us on Facebook at Clearview Television, follow us on Instagram at Clearview TV_NG. You can follow us on Twitter at Clearview Online. I am Prudence Okona. Many thanks for joining us.